Now, Dan, I can see you looking at me because you're like the prime bro code breaker. I feel like.
Are you talking about the urinals?
There are. This does also apply to the urinals. Yes.
History here.
Well, there is a
It's not history. It's ongoing.
Oh,
this
really?
This is history that we're living right now.
Well, there is a sophisticated code around urinals. You see, for any women watching, if you've got, say, 5 urinals, you can go on the ends or the middle.
Yes.
But if say somebody's in the middle and the end, you don't then go on between them. You go to the end or something. Mm-hmm. And if 3
Always
of them
furthest away, basically, is a good rule.
Yes.
Yeah, at least
Yes.
one
But you are
urinal
snoo-
separating you.
But you're snookered if there's 5 and there's 3 people there. Then you've got
Yeah,
2
so
bad
we've
options.
Have you got it?
We've got some handy diagrams on screen for this. So
do you think if there's no ability to go a urinal away, you can go to the one next to someone?
Well,
Oh, no. That's when you use the cubicle.
Exactly.
Yep. That is when you can you can use a cubicle, but you could also be taking up a cubicle for someone who actually needs to.
If there's only 2...
So that could be even ruder in a way, because you're forcing somebody to almost themselves.
It's like using a disabled toilet, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not disabled.
I've got a similar story to that. It's just horrible. But I was going to the loo in this train station. I was very desperate for a pee, right? And the only one free was the lower one, just the one for kids. But I was like, there's no kid in here.
Oh, I like that one.
There's no kid in here. I can go in this. It's fine. I go to the one, as soon as it's like Curb Enthusiasm. As soon as I start going, a bloke comes in with his child. They have to wait for
they
me.
just stand there.
They're standing there waiting. Literally, this happened. I then finish, turn around, and he literally says, "What is wrong with you?" That happened. And I was like,
What am I
there was
supposed
no
to do?
kid in here. Yeah, I was going to. I've been thinking about that.
Well,
for
you
like
should have just said you
6 years or
you
something.
should have said, "I'm young at heart, mate."
But what would you do? It brings up the code.
be fair,
That's not really bro code, but that is.
You do have quite a baby face, so you could have got away with it. You should have just said, "I'm precocious."
Well, I'll take that as a compliment because people didn't realise how old I was before. I'm very old, but what would you do? Because it's the only you need it. That's the only one free. There's no kid. That's fine.
I would get on the phone to Larry David, because you've sold him an episode idea there, haven't you?
Oh, I use those. I use those when all of them are empty because it makes a more pleasant sound.
You could use.
Could you like the propulsion level?
Yes.
What about you could take the most daring option, the real maverick choice, which is the sink.
Really asserts.
Have you ever witnessed someone choose the Maverick option?
Pub has to be
shows
very busy.
It's physical dexterity as well, because you have to like get your leg up or go on your tippy toes.
There is also a different form of urinal that isn't like that. The
trough.
The trough. Yeah.
And the trough, anything goes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shoulder to shoulder is fine. Like when I've been at a music festival, you're basically, clashing swords, and you just got to get on with it, because they're never going to get quieter. Yeah.
One time I was at a Northwich pub, and there was just a line of men at the urinal trough, and one of them was a full-on Baz. He had his England shirt on, big guts sticking out from underneath the England shirt. It didn't cover the whole thing, and he was stood there, hand on his hips like this, and he's just like, "Wait, look at that, lads! Look at that!" No hands in it. And
No hands Baz. Yeah.
he was properly proud of it, and all the others around him were going, "Hey, look at that, hey lad! Oh, good job there."
Do things differently up north, I take it.
A little bit, yeah. And I was standing at the sink, just thinking, like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
You were pissing at the sink, as you alluded
Yeah,
to.
I was pissing in the sink, going like, "None of that nonsense."
Harry rejects the code. He goes straight to the sink. I've seen it happen.
I go to the ladies. The secret fourth option.
In growing out your hair, you can get away with it a little bit.
Exactly, there you go. So yeah, urinal etiquette for the ladies out there. Men, we all know that you understand this. So, right, ladies in the chat. Right, okay. What we want is, here is the blank slate, the urinals. You've got 5 in a row. Right, where do you stand? On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left to right. Ladies, where do you stand? Where do you go? Let's take a look at the chat. Come on.
Stand
Very,
up.
very clear.
Okay, imagine that you're a man.
Imagine you have a penis.
Imagine you've got a
I saw a
penis.
tweet with very much on this question, and a woman was like, quote tweeting it, going, "Do men really think about this stuff?" It's like, we
Yeah.
have to negotiate the world. Yeah. But I'm amazed that they didn't
These are
realise.
those micro decisions that we have to make. It's like assessing danger.
Yeah.
Moment to
Not even-
moment. Women are just in fairyland constantly when they're out and about. They don't know what's going
It's not
on.
even the right word, is it? Because it's instinctual, as you say. But yeah.
So the ladies have been saying 1, 3, and 5, with most of them going with either 1 or 5.
So this is correct.
The correct answer is 1.
I always go to number 3, just right in
The middle, yeah, you have to go to the middle.
No, the correct answer is either 1 or 5.
I need my Lebensraum.
I say 1 because you
releasing.
left. It just makes sense.
No, I see what you're doing is that you don't want, even with separation, anyone on at least one side. You want to have one side with no one peeing next to you.
It's like a window seat on a plane.
Who would go in the middle?
Me.
You only go in the middle if someone was in 1 or 5.
Give your reasoning, sir.
That he's an exhibitionist. That's the reason.
It's not exhibitionism. It's just more that it makes me feel like a pussy to go to the sides. I'd rather go straight in the middle and have all
Josh
the room.
wants a challenge.
You don't want to protect your left flank.
Josh has a lot of weird,
man
man stuff in his head. Like he said, he can't respect anyone that he could beat up. Is something he told me.
That's true, yeah.
But that's like, I said to him, well, couldn't you possibly beat up Carl? And don't you respect Carl? I checkmated him there immediately.
Well, there's a different form of hierarchy going on there, which is like Carl is the boss, right? So that earns a certain amount of respect.
I'm not trying to diss Carl, but Josh is quite tall.
Being able to beat somebody up is a different kind of respect.
I've seen Carl climbing, and he's obviously got very good grip strength.
Maybe Carl's very strong, but
strength.
maybe Carl's very strong. What about David Starkey? You don't respect David Starkey? Of course you could beat him up.
Yeah,
he's 80.
I don't respect anybody older than I am. I don't respect you, Nick.
I knew that. But this is so stupid, though. It doesn't make any sense.
But
as you said, it's separate hierarchy. So why is it?
Nick's just here like everybody can beat me up. Oh
no.
It from its context.
I'm strong, but
it's more
okay, all right.
Is there anyone he respects? I mean,
what about your dad?
That's everyone sort of wants to beat up their dad at some point, don't they?
Is there anyone you don't want to beat up? We need to start with that. Is there anyone you respect?
Hang on, why is that great? Why is that crossed out? That's right.
Well, I think what this is saying here is that if 1, 3, and 5 are all taken, you can't stand at 2 or 4.
Oh, okay.
I disagree with this. I think this is a happy exception. If there's no other choice, it's fine.
No,
this is where trough rules apply.
No, that is when you check to see if there's any empty cubicles, and if there's not, it's 2
I don't want to be the dickhead stealing it from somebody who needs.
Yeah.
But how
long are you pissing for? Yeah.
How many times has somebody themselves behind you?
I don't know. I don't check. I'm not going to take that risk.
I feel like a pooer has higher priority.
But I think Harry's basically right. This is the one time you can uncomfortably, with sort of an air of being apologetic, take one of those.
So, for context of all this, what I was pointing out with Dan is on our floor in the building that we're in, there is a men's toilets that only has 2 urinals. And what you typically find is that if you walk in and somebody else is already using the urinal, you go downstairs or you go upstairs because you don't want to be shoulder to shoulder with them. Dan, excuse me, he eschews that entirely. He doesn't care. No. He will go straight up to you. He'll greet you in Dan's way. He'll go, "Hello there, chap," and then he'll unzip, flop it out, and then he'll go, "Now, so how's work going then today?"
That's exactly what he did.
He won't just stand there next to you. He'll make small talk.
That's fine.
He'll have a conversation with.
It's going quite well, Dan. They'll go, "Yes."
How's your day going, Dan? Oh, quite well. Thank you.
I think if you care too much about it, it's weirder than not caring, isn't it?
That's more old school. That's like when you changing rooms as a kid and like there's always all the men are weirdly naked.
Actually, I want to come back to that point. So there is a reason why I do that, and that's because I noticed that everybody else in the building, and not just the people we work with in our office, but everybody else on the entire floor, does that thing that you said where they won't go next to you and they get really uncomfortable.
COVID rules.
Yes, and I found that if you just go up to next to somebody, it's like a subtle intimidation move. And I tell you, the amount of people who cannot squeeze a drop when I'm stood next to them. And even though I go in...
So Dan's making sure to get a good look in is what we're finding out as well.
That's funny. You're so alpha, they can't even piss.
Yes.
The one time I've had that is...
I've never had a problem.
The only time I've had that is that we used to go to World Trafford.
It's good to know that there are some weaklings in the rest of the office.
Yeah, you remember because you were saying a similar one. We used to go to the football at Man United, and it was so packed that people would be trying to go, and that's the only time you might have a bit of pressure. But I've never not been able to go because of one person. Have you seen the film Wolf?
We're not talking about just any person. We're talking about Dan.
The next level is when you piss on them. There's a film.
Piss on them.
There's a film.
I've never gone for that power move. Is that worth doing?
There's a film called Wolf with Jack Nicholson. It's brilliant. It's a sort of a metaphor of a midlife crisis, but he turns into a werewolf. And when he's turning more into the wolf, he's there with the guy who's challenging him at work, and he just pisses across onto him to mark his territory.
All right.
That's next level.
Okay.
I could see you doing that though.
Yes, I can see me doing it. Now, I mean, it never occurred.
I would never like to see Dan doing anything of the sort. Please never
Just there
consider
at the urinal, you just see that orange shirt out of the corner. You're right.
Well, he's standing in the corner trying to get a trick shot on me. It's not even at the urinal.
Well, you've got to leave a bit of
distance.
No, because if you're too close, it's too easy.
Well, that's true, actually.
Right, now I did want to come back to your point about the changing rooms.
It's a different generation. Go on.
Yes,
if you would like to see the full version of this premium video, please head over to lotuseaters.com and subscribe to gain full access to all of our premium content.